it going, everyone? Today I'm going to show you how to play You Gotta Move by Mississippi Fred McDowell. So I posted a cover of it a little while ago and it got quite a few views. And someone asked for a tutorial, so here we are. First thing we got to do is retune the guitar to what's commonly known as dadgad. On my tuner here it's called D modal, but most people refer to it as dadgad because it's going to go D A D G A D, which spells dadgad. At the moment I'm in standard tuning, so let's tune to dadgad. Top string is going to go down from E to a D, and I'm going to cheat and use a tuner rather than use my ear. Okay, your A string is going to stay as an A. But mine's too high, so I'm going to tune it to A. D string stays as a D. G string stays as a G. Your B string is going to go down to A. And your high E string is going to also go down to D. It's a good idea to just quickly go through the strings again, because sometimes they can go back up a little bit. Okay, so now we are in dadgad, which is very close, you can be quiet now, to open D. To be in open D, you would need to tune your G string down to an F sharp. And then that way, and you could also play this song in that tuning if you wanted to, but because I'm not going to the G string in this song, I didn't bother tuning it to an F sharp, I just kept it as a G, so we're just in dadgad. Okay, something that you need is a slide. This is the slide I used in the video. It's a ceramic one, it's a Billy Gibbons Mexican lottery, something or other. His signature slide. Soon after I did the video, I actually dropped it and it broke into a bunch of different pieces, but I super glued it back together, so it's not ideal, but it still can work. So the idea with a slide is that you're just going to put the slide really gently on the string. You're not going to press down hard, because then you're going to hear all the fret noises. So you just put it really lightly on the string. I'm going to put it on the high E string, and then as you move it up and down, you get like a nice smooth sliding tone without the fret noise. Right, so I'm just going to also pull up the tab that I was using so I can play it, exactly as I did in the song. So I'm using a pick. You could play it with your fingers, but I play most things with a pick, so I'm just going to use a pick. Okay, so we're going to start by playing the high E string, and it's going to go a 0, and then you're going to put the slide on the 4th fret. Now when you put it on the 4th fret, you actually want to position it directly over the fret wire, not in the middle of the fret or at the front of the fret where you'd normally put your finger if you were just going to fret the note and play it. Because if I put my finger on fret 4, I put it at the front, the back, the pitch is the same. But if I do that with a slide and move it from the front to the back, it changes. So the true pitch of the note is where the string hits the fret. Like if you were going to push your finger down, the string is hitting the fret there, and that's where the pitch of the note is. So when you play with a slide, you put the slide directly over the actual fret wire. So I'm going to play a 0, and then a 4, And then I'm going to hit the 4 again and slide it up to 7. And once I get to the 7, I'm just going to let the note ring, and then I'm putting in these mutes or slaps, where I'm literally just holding my hand like that and kind of knocking on the strings, so the strings hit the frets and make kind of like a snare noise, like a percussive sound. And then I'm going up to the low E string, playing a 3, sliding it forwards a little bit, and then a 0. You could also use your finger for that. It's not going to sound too different. So that first bit went. Right. And then we're going to go back to the high E string, hit the 7, and then hit the 7 again and slide to 5. Then take the slide off, play a 0. And then from around about 2, you hit that note, the second fret of the high E, and slide up to 4. So that lick went. We're going to hold that again, do the slap, do the 3-0 on the top string, and then we go back to the high E string to do another lick on that string. Go 7-7, 7-7-7-7. Down to 5, same thing there, 5-5-5-5. Back up to 7, down to 3, and probably when from the 3 do like a little slide up before you go to 0. Right, so that was. And then to the B string, you hit a 3 and slide it to 5. Hold the note, slap, 3-0 on the top string, and then, what have we got? From the B string, play a 0, slide up to 5 from about 3. The whole idea there is that we don't really want to hear where you slide from. We don't want it to go, because then we can tell that you've slid from 3. We want more of like a, so you can't really tell where it started. Sometimes you want to hear where the slide starts, and sometimes you don't. And this is one of those you don't. So that was 0 on the B string, and then slide up to 5. And then 0 on the E string, slide up to 4. Slap, 3-0. And slide up to the 4 on the high E string. Once again, from around about 2. Like if it doesn't say where to slide from, I think a good general rule is to slide from 2 frets before the note you want to eventually land on. So if I want to land on 4, I'm going to slide from 2. But I'm going to slide fast enough so you don't hear that 2. So it's not really obvious. Right, where was I? We do that slide up to 4, and then there's an open E. Then you go to the B string, slide from 5 to 3. Now this time we do want to hear that it's a 5. It's okay to hear that we're starting on 5. And then an open B string. Now there, you could actually just pull the slide off and then like doing a pull off. You don't have to pick the B string. So that sounds kind of cool doing it like that. Slap, 3-0. And then the last little lick is on the B string, you go 3-5-3-5. You don't really want to slide too much. You don't want it to sound like, because that sounds a little bit whack. So you want to play the 3, and then you can put your pick back on the string, quickly move the slide to 5, play the 5. So I'm killing the note, so we don't hear the sliding sound, because that doesn't sound so good when you're sliding around all over the place. And if you took the slide off and went like, you would hear the pull-off sound. So quite a lot of subtleties and nuances are done with your picking hand, so you can stop the note after you play it, and then you can move the slide and you won't hear the sliding sound. Slap, 3-0, and then it starts again. So I'll play the whole thing, and then I'll sort of explain what happens next, but I won't do like the whole song, just this main theme. And then he starts singing, plays the same thing again, and then after that, if my memory is correct, he plays the same melody, but instead of playing it on the high E, which is tuned to a D now, he plays it on the D string, right? So the same note. So if we started with a 0-4-7, we're going to do a 0-4-7 on the D string now. Same slap, same 3-0. Excuse me, on the top string. So what I did there is, what I was doing the first time round on the high E and the B, I'm doing the exact same thing on the D and the A, right? Hopefully that makes sense. But I think most people just want to play sort of that first intro of the song. So a few other things. When you land on a note with a slide, you can do like a little vibrato. You know, sometimes you could really exaggerate it. Or, you know, it also sounds cool if you don't really vibrato it at all. But a little vibrato is good. So that's it. Hopefully that made sense. It can take a while to master slide playing. It can sound a bit messy at first, and you might find that if you play one string and then you play another string, you've still got the note from the previous string sliding around, so it can start sounding like. And this comes back to what I was saying about using your picking hand to kill a note when you go to another string, or if you want to go between frets and not hear the sliding noise between the frets. So the more you do it, just like anything, the more you do it, you'll get better at it. And yeah, I think that's about all there is to say about that song. Good luck. Thank you very much. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Okay, have a good day. Goodbye from New Zealand.